Hey, what's happening? Sorry, I was not listening. Um, so guess what? The power's out at my house. Actually, I think it's back on by now, but it was out all morning and most and off and on yesterday and the day before. Turns out there's some kind of power issue. Yay. But the best part of this power issue is that it killed my refrigerator. Yeah, fortunately, I have some awesome friends and the most awesome sister who helped me take a lot of the stuff. Well, the awesome friends loaned me their coolers and some ice packs so that I can keep my food from spoiling. And my awesome sister took the stuff from the freezer and brought it to my awesome mom's house because she's got a ridiculous amount of freezer space for a single lady. But yeah, so that's super awesome. All day was just like, power, electricians, panic. Oh well. The good news was I was able to make lunch at home because I had to because everything was spoiling. And I think for dinner I am going to just be eating cheese because I'm worried about the cheese going bad. So yeah, I'm on the cheese diet right now. What's going on with you guys? Thanksgiving week, traffic is fucked out there, by the way. Anybody trying to drive home right now, just pull over and go start Christmas shopping or whatever it is you want to do, because nope. I mean, depending on your route, but most of the routes are pretty bad. Go see Wicked or, hit a bar. Somebody's going to have a happy hour somewhere, right? It's Monday. It's Monday at 5 o'clock. It's literally happy hour. Hey, Dan. Is it a hot chocolate day for you? You have a lot of hot chocolate. I'm more of a coffee girl. Although today, because I had to make coffee by hand like a pioneer, I literally had to like mortar and pestle the grounds. And fortunately I have a gas stove. So as long as I lit it with a flame, I could boil water. And that's how my face and teeth got cleaned today because the rest of me, there wasn't enough hot water to clean. No, sorry. Yeah, this is yesterday's everything else. But yeah, and then, pour boiling water over grounds in French press. Hi, Red. And that's how you make coffee. So I drank all that coffee just to get through the morning because the morning was hectic. Like I said, emptying out the fridge and everything. And then made tea because it turns out it's a lot easier to boil water and add tea bag than it is to boil water and grind coffee. Hey, Christopher. Is it a happy Monday? It's not. It's not. You missed the part where I said there's a power issue at my house and it killed my refrigerator. So now I need to buy a new fridge. Yeah. Hey, Kevin. What's happening? Oh, God. What a week, But the good news is I had a really nice, relaxing weekend where I did little to nothing. So that was cool. Sorry, there was some weird noise in the studio. But it turns out it was me. Hi, Justine. Yeah, my fridge is dead. Dead, dead, dead. It's going to require replacement. And until that happens, because who's got time to replace their fucking fridge Thanksgiving week? Not me. And even if I did like buy a fridge like right away, I wonder if I could. Like, who's going to deliver it? Right? Who's going to deliver it fast enough? Yeah. So coming off of a relaxing weekend into a hellscape Monday, yay! I wonder how hard it would be to just get Costco to deliver. God, I'm a little tired of everything on the internet desperate for my location. Stop being so thirsty to know where I am, people. Seriously. Holiday savings. Dun, 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 dun. Shop by refrigerator type. I do like a French door. Let's see. Who's got a fridge preference? Anyone? Anyone? Oh, yeah, I definitely need counter depth and stainless steel. Let's see. Matte black. That looks too dark. Ooh, this one looks nice. Who makes this one? Oh, GE. That's the other thing. Like, how do you know who makes a good fridge anymore? Everything's all messed up. Oh, look, the one I want is out of stock. Why won't... Where did you guys go? Oh, there we are. Hey, Lee. I keep almost wanting to call you Alicia because it's what it says, but that's... Hi. He says GE. My contractor swears by KitchenAid. Michael, you think it's Samsung, huh? Oh, hey, Michael. Yep, here I am live. What? Now that I'm live, what do you want to know? Now's the opportunity for me to explain all those things that I can't type because of the repetitive motion injury. Hi, Chew. Hey, Stevie. Go stainless black. Well, what I have is stainless black. And I'll tell you what, Kevin, it turns out it's really hard to find. And when you find it, it's really expensive. Kind of a pain in the ass. But I mean, I do want to go stainless black so that it matches all the rest of my appliances. But also my dishwasher died too. So if I'm already replacing the dishwasher and the refrigerator, like I wonder if I should just go with like a regular stainless steel because it's easier. But I don't know. I don't know. Because then I still have to deal with like the microwave and the stove, which seem to be working fine. Decisions. Adulting sucks. Seriously, you guys. I just want to go back to bed. I don't want to do stuff. Can I not do stuff, please? Happy Thanksgiving, girl. Kevin, stainless steel black with water ice maker, maybe a screen to see what's in there before you open the door. Well, what I have is stainless steel black with water and ice maker, but I don't want a screen. That's just another thing to break. But that's what I had. That's what I had. It was, I think to replace it is like $5,000. I got it on a bro deal. Dan, you want a mini fridge? Why? Oh, Michael, you're so happy to catch me live, but you don't want to talk about anything? Okay. No LG. He says let it go. No Samsung. What I have is a KitchenAid. Although I have heard that too. It was like somebody was my contractor was saying if they make good TVs, they make crappy fridges. It's like he's like if they make a good TV, they make a shitty appliance and vice versa. I mean, not that I would buy a KitchenAid TV, but still. Hey Keith, what's happening? I've got gremlins. Yeah, right. Well, what I have is power issues, but I think we've finally gotten to the bottom of those. Yeah, I did get to work safely. That was a minor consolation. I couldn't call in sick today because we're already so stretched thin after losing L&T and with the holiday coming up, like for me to just be like, I can't come in, my fridge broke would be kind of dick move. Plus, what would I do at home anyway? I'd be sitting there staring at the walls, reading a book with a flashlight. Hi, Justin. Yeah, I have to get a fridge, Justine. The question is how much it's going to cost to fix the power, because that could be thousands of dollars. It's looking like it might need a whole new panel. So thousands of dollars for electrical and thousands of dollars for our new appliances, and Merry Christmas to me. Why not more room for stuff? Well, Dan, if a mini fridge is what works for you, good on you. It's not going to work for me because my my kitchen is modeled around a regular size fridge. Also, I like food. Michael, you're only funny on Facebook. You don't know how to do it on YouTube. It's pretty much the same. I mean, actually, you probably don't know this since apparently you're choking. What are you talking about, dude? So basically all of the comments, I'm actually live on multiple platforms right now. So you could watch this on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, and all of the comments get aggregated to the same spot for me. For you guys, you can only see the comments that are on your platform. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can only see YouTube comments. If you're watching on Facebook, you can only see Facebook comments, etc. I would say Twitch, but nobody's ever on Twitch. There's like one person per day on Twitch, and that's it. And they never comment. So Twitch is like kind of a dead zone for me. Hi, Twitch. Okay, I'll come back. I can be like Kramer and prepare my food while I bathe. Gross. So gross. So gross. You've seen those videos, right? Where people just start making macaroni salad in their sinks and shit. And I'm just like, what in the hell? They claim that people do that. And I don't know those people. Put a dresser in there. Oh, shut the fuck up. I'm not putting a fucking dresser in my kitchen. Jesus, you guys. You're not funny. I'm having a real crisis. I do have a friend who's going to let me borrow a mini fridge until I can sort this business. So I might take her up on that. Stevie, does Frigidaire even still exist? Yeah, well, the Black Friday sales are all going to happen this week. So there you go. A keg fridge, Stevie? No. Yeah, Kevin, but everybody just said LG fridges are garbage. LG and Samsung are supposed to be really bad. They don't last. Yeah, mac and cheese sounds delightful, Justine, but cooked in a sink? No. Get one on Temu. No, Michael. No one is buying anything on Temu. Who uses that? Who is actually, has anybody bought stuff on Temu? Like, I keep seeing it come up, but it's like all these mass order places. How do you trust the product? It seems super cray to me. Hey, Jason. Oh, thank you. No one wants to ask questions or hear stories. Everybody just wants to talk about my fridge, my dead fridge, my poor dead fridge. Frigidaire is only available the elite people. That's super weird. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew there were refrigerators for the elite, but I didn't know Frigidaire was the brand. I know there are some brands of fridge that start at like $10,000 that rich people get. Kevin, your wife gets stuff on Temu? Oh, of course, Michael, you want Metallica stories. Metallica stories from when? This one time we went to go see the Bullet Boys at the Stone, and we borrowed like real bullet belts, and we were like wearing our bullet belts, and we thought we were super cool, and we got there super early, and we were like front in line at the Stone. We were definitely in high school. This was like 16 years old or something like that. And I remember just being like nervous because I was like, we all up here glammed up with high hair and bullet belts and leather skirts, and we're here to see the Bullet Boys, and we are probably going to get our ass kicked by any real metalheads that we know. Hopefully there's no one around. And I was like so paranoid about being like busted for being like glam metal instead of like metal. And then as soon as we walked in the door, there was Metallica. It was like James and Lars were at the show too. Not everybody, just James and Lars. And we ended up sitting with them because there was only like a few tables. It was like open in the front, and then there was like 4 tables in the middle, and they had a table in the middle. And we were like, "What are you guys doing here? They're not metal." And they were like, "Whatever, man, we're checking it out." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Can we sit with you?" And they were like, "Yeah, come on." Because we had met them at their show, like, I don't know, a few months earlier when they played at the Cow Palace. So yeah, Metallica was at the Bullet Boys, and I was like, all right. So now if we tell people we went at school that we went to the Bullet Boys last night, it's going to be cool because Metallica was there with us. So we're not posers because Metallica was there. King Diamond just canceled like 3 shows, but he says that they're going to restart at the Oakland show. So now I'm all, I don't know because I mean, those tickets are like $100+ and it's all seated. Like, who wants to go see King Diamond and sit down to do it? Like, that just feels weird. I don't know. Yeah, Marshall amps do make fridges, but they're like man cave fridges. They're not like put in my custom kitchen fridges. I don't know if you know this, but I can cook. Am I ready for Thanksgiving? Considering that I don't have to do shit for Thanksgiving, yes. I guess of all people who could have their refrigerator die this week, I'm probably the best one because I'm not cooking anything this week. You know what I'm bringing? Wine. And now that the wine fridge is out, I mean, the wine fridge, the power was out on the wine fridge. But I don't think it got too warm for the wine that was in there. Basically, I just bring wine to Thanksgiving. So I'm always prepared. Yeah, Michael. So that was probably like 1989, I think, when that happened. I want to say it was like early in 1989 because we saw them in December of 88 and it happened after that. So I know that happened. It's a little weird that you call him the king, by the way. No one else does that. I've never heard anybody call him king but you. Sorry, I'm having this like jagged nail poke me and it's bugging me. Dan, you're working on Thanksgiving? Oh, that's because you work in food, right? I have actually gone out for Thanksgiving a couple of times, and I don't know. I'm like, it's not bad, but you know what's fun? The thing about Thanksgiving is kind of how it's like an all day just sit around and chill fest. And when you go out to eat, it kind of like takes that away. And it's like too fast, I think, you know? Aaron, you're at your daughter's this year and you don't have to cook? Nice. That's the way to do it, right? Oh, you were talking about King Diamond that time. Oh, okay. See, that's the other reason not to call him King James because it gets confusing with King Diamond, who is actually a king of something, of diamonds. Oh, cool. You get holiday pay for working on Thanksgiving? Nice. I have I worked on Thanksgiving? I don't think I have. The only place I ever worked that was open on Thanksgiving, I think, was the record store. And the record store, I remember I'm pretty sure I got Thanksgiving off, but I had to work one Christmas. And I remember that was super messed up. Oh no, wait, I didn't work Christmas. I paid my boss $100 to get Christmas Day off, and that was messed up. Cuz like my boss, apparently there was this policy where warehouse records would give their managers a $100 bonus for working on Christmas. So he always wanted to work on Christmas. And then and it took two managers, right? To work every shift. And there were three of us. So the other manager, her parents were local. So I think she like lived with her parents. So having Thanksgiving with her parents was not a big deal. So for her, it was easy for her to work the morning shift and then go home and have dinner with her parents. And then for the manager to work the night shift, because his family didn't do anything for Thanksgiving. He lived with his dad and his brother, and they didn't like each other anyway. So he just did it for like the $100. And then I would always get Christmas off. Why did I even say Thanksgiving? I'm talking about Christmas. I would always get Christmas off because I would request it like months in advance, if not a year in advance. And then one year they discontinued the bonus. And my boss was like, well, fuck that. I ain't working. And I was like, well, why? Why? I go, last year, you guys did nothing for Christmas. Like, you hate your dad and your brother. You basically had frozen Chungking dinners. And he's like, yeah, but they're not paying me the $100, so I'm not doing it. And I was like, why not? Like, you have nothing going on. And I have like massive amounts of family that I have to visit. And he was like, nope, not without the $100. And I was like, fine, if I pay you the $100, will you do it? And he was like, oh, okay. And then when I told the district manager that this was happening, thinking that the district manager would be like, that's inappropriate at the very least, right? Extorting your employees for days off on holidays. The district manager goes, I wouldn't even have done it for $100. And I was just like, wow. So much wow. Where are we? Okay, hold on. I gotta do a thing. Aaron, you have to bring pies. What kind of pies are you making? Pie. You know what's so funny? I was like cooking up on Sunday and I almost made cookies and I was thinking about making something else, but then I decided not to. Hi, Brett. What are you doing? Oh, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, let's all enjoy the wine, right? Hey, Mark. You know, holidays can be horrible and they can not be horrible. And I think that depends on your boundaries because I have noticed that since I stopped worrying about whether or not I was going to do Halloween with the Halloween, ever since I stopped worrying about doing holidays with the family, my holidays got a lot easier to deal with. Hey, Jacob. Dutch apple, Justine. That sounds good. Aaron, pumpkin, chocolate, and apple. Whew, you made 3 pies or did you pick up pies? Do tell. Tell the truth. Did you cook? Did you make 3 pies for real? Hang on a second. 1077 The Bone and Queen. I'm Nikki Blakk, and Queen have a thing called song shares. It's actually by one of their old producers who apparently owns the rights to some of the songs he's produced, and he is selling shares in the future royalties of those songs. Yeah, I guess this is an exception that was carved out to Queen selling their catalog for 1.2 billion pounds. But here we are. If you wanted to invest in some Queen songs, they are open for purchase for limited amounts of shares. You can check it all out. I posted the article up for you on my Facebook page. Here's the Bay Area's own Journey on the Rock of the Bay. Dan, you like pumpkin pie waffles. I wouldn't be mad at that. Thanks for dropping by, Michael. Yeah, next time you come by, feel free to ask a question or for a story or whatever. I'll dredge something up. Usually you guys come up with something and then I can kind of riff off of it and then I know what I'm talking about. But for the most part, I actually just pop on and I'm just like sitting here like, and what? Um, Pecan pies are delightful. I love pecan pies. Oh, you went to Nations? Dude, Nations pies rule though. Nations lemon cream pie and Nations chocolate cream pie are the bomb. And I gotta be honest with you, like making an apple pie is a pain in the ass. Peeling all those apples is like, ah. My aunt, though, my aunt Christy would make like the bomb diggity apple pies, and she would just make a ton of them. It was like she just, and then eventually she got this like apple peeling tool that made it like super easy to peel the apples. But I don't have one of those. Yeah, Marie Callender makes pies. Death Angel Christmas shows make the difference. Did you get your did everybody get their tickets for the Death Angel Christmas shows yet? Because Saturday is sold out and Friday is damn close last I checked. Morbid Angel is playing at the Great American Music Hall, but apparently they've had to change the name to I Am Morbid because the whole original member thing, but it was booked as Morbid Angel and then they had to change it to I Am Morbid, which is weird to me. Your mom loves their key lime. Ooh, key lime is good too. Marlon, you got a pumpkin and an apple at Costco today? Nice. Happy Thanksgiving, Lynn. In case I wanted to bring wine and a pie. I'll tell you what. The friend that I'm having Thanksgiving dinner with, the whole reason I bring wine is because he won't let me bring anything else. He won't let anyone bring or cook anything else. Whatever we eat, he is in charge of. I'm not saying he has control issues. I'm just saying he's a really good cook, way better than I am. And it's his thing. So I will bring, I won't even pretend to try and bring a food product at all. Like I've tried in the past, I've suggested, I've even been like, oh, like, nope, does not want any of it. So now I bring either liquor or wine or both. Sometimes I'll bring like because we'll do a pairing because he'll do courses. So I'll bring like several wines and then afterwards we'll have like a whiskey course or like a whiskey dessert or something like that. Yeah, basically I just get wasted on Thanksgiving and then I have to take a nap before I can drive home. Like a very long nap. Aaron, you have an extra pie if I need it? I do not. Boysenberry or huckleberry? Who's making a huckleberry pie, Dan? This is California. We don't grow huckleberries. We do have blackberries though. But I feel like the blackberries don't break down enough to make a good pie. There's too much. It doesn't have like a good texture like a peach or an apple or a strawberry or a blueberry. For some reason, those blackberries and boysenberries and raspberries, they don't break down the right way. I don't know. It's a texture thing. It's not my preference. Jason, I don't think it's weird that you're not seeing half the comments. What happens is I'm on multiple platforms right now. So I'm on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. So what you're seeing are only the Facebook comments, but there are also comments coming in on YouTube. And that's what you're missing. So, I mean, if you wanted to see all the comments, you could log in on another browser on YouTube and then bounce back and forth to see what everybody's saying. Or I'll try and keep reading what people are saying before I answer it. Hey, Jim. You were curious, out of all the years I've been on the air, have I ever thought I was off air and kept talking when everyone could still hear you? Yes. In fact, one time when I first got on the air at 96.7 in Modesto, a buddy of mine had called and I was talking to him. We were just having like a regular phone conversation. Nick St. Dennis, for any of you that know him. So Nick and I are like chatting and we're having this whole conversation. And I didn't realize that the phone was up in the board and the whole thing was going out over the air. And because I was talking to him on the phone, I wasn't answering calls that were coming in. But also, I don't think a lot of people noticed because the phones didn't light up. Like if the phones had lit up, I would have been like, hold on, something's going on. I would have started answering calls. But it was like a random call here or there. And I talked to him for like 15 minutes. So it was like 3 or 4 songs. And then when we got off the phone, the next call that came in was like, "Hey, were you just on the phone with someone?" And I was like, what?" And he's like, "It was almost like I could hear this conversation happening, but it wasn't like loud. It wasn't like taking over the song. It was almost like I could hear you having this conversation in the background." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." Wasn't me. So yeah, stuff like that happens all the time. In fact, that is how people in radio play pranks on each other. If we're ever in here talking shit, somebody will just look over and be like, "Oh my God, hot mic," just to catch you slipping. Because we talk a lot of shit in radio. But for me right now, for me to record my show in the studio here, everything has to be in bypass, which means nothing I do here goes live over the air. Everything I do here goes into the computer first. It's like a layer of protection. So if I were to screw something up or have the mic up right now like I do, nothing is happening. The air feed is unaffected. So it's like a safety net. You know what, Marlon? I love Nations too, but there's not one near me. It's all the way deep in the middle of, it's like the only one I know of is like deep in Concord that it would take me like 20, 30 minutes to get there. And at that point, I could just make my own burger and pie. Plus, burgers and pies are few and far between these days, you know, calorie wise. I can't really just be like a burger and a slice of pie would be a special occasion because that would be like all my calories for the day. Mark, you got your tickets for both shows? You missed the Saturday show last year? I went last year to both shows, and I was actually thinking I was going to be out of town for both shows, and I ended up going to both shows. And then this year I just realized I am out of town for one of the shows, and I thought I was going to both shows this year. So what? Girl, you didn't tell me you guys were getting married. How did I not see this? Oh, because I'm not on Facebook anymore. Sorry. Congratulations. Holy shit. And you're graduating. Congrats. Wow, you got a busy week. I hope you took that whole week and a half off because you earned it. Jason, so in other words, you wait until evening to do what L&T would do the morning before? I don't understand what that means. Apricot pie, Lynn? You think so? You know what? When I was a kid in Fairfield, my mom would take us into the apricot fields and we would like pick a ridiculous amount of apricots. And then we would have to spend like the whole weekend cutting them and canning and blanching them and canning them and like and then after that we would end up eating them for like weeks on end because we'd canned all these fucking apricots. And so I feel like I've eaten more than apricots than I could stand. So no, I can't do apricot anymore. Oh, you didn't post it. Okay, that's why I didn't see it. Pleasant Hill, Contra Costa, close to me. Aaron, are you talking about the Nations? Yeah, I mean, even if I wanted to eat Nations, I really like it's not worth the calories. No one deep fries their turkeys. We have deep fried turkeys in the past, but it just ends up being like, I mean, it's good, but people who are like all on the deep fried turkey train, I don't think it's so much better. I think it's good for people. I think deep fried turkeys are good for people who don't know how to cook, right? If you don't know how to cook a good turkey, then deep frying it is kind of the way to make sure that your turkey is tender. But also deep frying is a huge mess. I mean, all that oil, you've got to just dump like 2 gallons of oil in the fryer, and then you got to watch it. And, you know, every year people nearly burned their houses down with deep fryers. Tracy, you are having ham and you ordered a deep fried turkey? How do you order a deep fried turkey? I mean, if you're not getting it fresh out the fryer, what's the point? You ordered pupusas today for pickup. Wow. You're making lumpia filling now? You are way ahead of the game. Congratulations. I'm impressed with you, Terry. I mean, Tracy, sorry. What was I just looking at that I said Terry? I swear my brain is like glitching lately. Oh no, Marlins. There is a nations that's like close-ish to me, but it's like it's kind of deep in the Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, Concord triangle. Like it's on the way to the pavilion, like deep in the middle of town. It's not worth the traffic. It's not worth driving through town. I mean, it's not bad, but like Nations isn't so good that it's going to be worth like the time, the money, and the calories. I wouldn't be surprised if I never ate there again. Oh, the drink and drive show, Jason. Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, well, I mean, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. That is, I will be doing the drink and drive show basically, but I'll be doing it at my friend's house. And then going to sleep and then waking up to drive home after I've sobered up. Dan, you like apricot jam? Even with peppers in it. I'm not mad at it. It's just that I had so much of it. Like same with coconut. I don't like coconut either. It's not that I don't like it. If somebody offers me something with a small amount of coconut in it, I'll eat it, but I'll just be like, coconut, apricot, something I had too much of as a child. Yeah, yeah, Nate. Okay, hold on. You want to fucking Jesus? You guys really want me to eat at fucking Nations, huh? I just don't. Nations is good, but it's not that good. Nations isn't like worth 1,000 calories of a burger with a quarter of an onion on it and a nice slice of pie. Like it's just too much. But Nations is like on the way. It's like what is it on Concord Boulevard on the way? It's or Treat and Willow Pass. All right, let's see. Oh, there's one in Orinda. You know what's funny is like 1,000 nations come up except for the one near my house because I'm in San Francisco right now. There it is, Pleasant Hill. Okay. And the one in Pleasant Hill is located where now? Contra Costa Boulevard. Yeah, so it's on Contra Costa Boulevard on the way to the pavilion. Let me see how far it is from my house. Apparently traffic is oh, that's the walking. Okay. Yeah, it's like, 10 minutes through town. So it's a 20-minute round trip. It's past Costco, and I already hate to go to Costco. I mean, it's not the end of the world. If Nations was like a really good restaurant that was worth the time and the money, I would drive the 10 minutes or 20 minutes to go, but it's not. And nothing against Nations, it's not bad. I can make my own burgers and I can slice my own quarter of an onion to put on it and I can make my own pies and so like the combined value of Nations being 10ish 10 20 minutes through town. I guess it's like 10 15 minutes. I mean that says it's a 10-minute drive, but that's not counting missing all those lights. Anybody who lives in the Concord area knows what I'm talking about. It's like light after light after light after light to get to it. And so you're talking like a 15-minute drive for a burger. Why would I drive 15 minutes for a burger when I could fire up the gas grill in the backyard and make one with better meat and organic vegetables and stuff? So Lynn, you always do a traditional Thanksgiving? I'm over it. You know, nothing wrong with it. I did decades of them and they are lovely. They're super fun. I might do one again. I just don't anymore. I get together with a handful of friends and we have a really nice dinner party and it's all grown-ups and there are no children and it's nice. Jacob, it's good to hear some folks are hungry and enjoying Thanksgiving. Nobody's enjoying Thanksgiving with a nation's burger, Jacob. They're having Thanksgiving nation's pies because Nation makes really good pies. Not the burgers. Nation does make good burgers too, but like everyone picks up the pies before Thanksgiving. Well, yeah, Jacob, that's why there's Friendsgiving. I don't have Thanksgiving with my family either, so. And did you know that there's a whole like merch line of my dad is dead stuff? Somebody just sent this to me today. It's all right for the easily offended and easily triggered and people who are having a rough time with holidays and losing parents. Just know that I apologize. This is happening. That you don't want, and you don't want to see this. You want to look away for a couple of minutes because you don't need it. But there's like bumper stickers. Please let me merge. My dad is dead. The fuck? Don't honk at me. My dad is dead. My daddy issue is he's dead. Like, I guess dead dad core is a thing now, or somebody is putting it on the internet enough to where it looks like it's a thing. I don't know. So weird. Yeah, again, I have eaten at the Nations in Pleasant Hill. Wow, you guys are really on Nations. We're done talking about Nations. Marlon, you barbecued turkey thighs and drumsticks? That sounds good. Very very Ren Fair. Everybody there with their Henry VIII drumsticks. Big turkey drumsticks. Jacob, I'm sure a lot of people are working on Thanksgiving. You, Dan, many others for reasons that are wide and varied. PJ, go Niners indeed. Jim, one year when you were a kid and you still had all the extended family coming over, you tried doing a deep fried turkey. You still did a regular one in case it came out bad. And yes, there was a small fire. Yeah, we've all done it. We did the exact same thing. We had the turkey fryer out back. Fortunately, we have a big backyard and there's a big cemented area where my parents parked their like motorhome thing and where we had like a little basketball court. So that's where we put the deep fryer. So the fire was not a big deal. And we had the backup turkey, but also the turkey came out fine. So, I mean, fire cooks if you do it right. Although you don't want it near the oil, obviously. Digger's Diner in Concord. Kevin, I don't know why I'd want Digger's Diner in Concord. Especially when I have Giant Chef Burger right down the street from my house. But also I haven't been to Giant Chef Burger in a million years. You know why? I can cook. What's my ideal burger, Dan? I suppose it would be like really high grade beef. I don't have an ideal burger. I have seen some pretty impressive burgers though. I like my burger to be somewhat outside the norm, I suppose. Just I don't have an ideal burger, Dan. That's not something I have an ideal for. No blue cheese. Not a fan of the blue cheese. Do they still have those metal pole art decor in Concord? I do not know, Christopher. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Where were they? Metal pole art deco. Stevie, you worked in El Cerrito Abbey Pet Hospital, and next door is where they make all the pies for all the nations. Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be tough to smell. Digger's Diner in Concord. I don't care. What would I want to get at Digger's Diner that I can't make at home? This is where I'm at, right? I mean, I want to support local restaurants, but I also am of a certain age where calories count and eating healthy matters. And so if I was going to get something at a diner, it would probably be like an omelet that I could make at home. The best hamburger shop was across from Toto Santos Park. Oh, that's probably gone. That whole area is completely new except for the spaghetti factory, which will not die. Well, I appreciate that, Jacob, but also there are some people who liked their parents. So maybe an inappropriate conversation. Stevie, your mom makes an oyster stuffing that's really good. Nice. Oysters, though. Huh. It's true, Marlon. Black humor is some of the best humor. But I don't think Jacob was making a joke. I think he was being dead serious. I was making a joke. Oh, thanks. Wait, we have two Jacobs. Nope, same Jacob. Okay. Turkey enchiladas with leftover turkey. How do you have leftover turkey, Dan? It hasn't happened yet. Well, obviously, Christopher, you'd be dead if your kids were wearing that shirt. So let's not think too deeply on that one, huh? It's just it's like a twisted humor thing. The Niners did not do well this weekend. In fact, they did very badly. And it's I mean, I'm not saying put a fork in them. I'm just saying, we're going to be looking for next season. We're going to be hoping to get some more wins this season. But at this point, I just want Brock Purdy to stay healthy. And I want them to figure out what's going on, why we're having this. I still think there's something going on in the locker room that nobody's talking about. People rave about In-N-Out, Kevin, and the drive-thrus are always so long. It's true, but also I'm kind of over In-N-Out. I mean, they do have quality food, but considering the prices and how thin the beef patties are, it's not my jam anymore. I used to be for it, but I mean, the calorie conversion is a thing now, right? I mean, I can't just go out for burgers whenever I want because I will just get fat. So if I'm going to have a burger, I want it to be damn good. And if I want it to be damn good, I don't want to sit in a drive-thru waiting for it. And if I'm dropping like $8 on it, I want it to have a decent amount of beef in it. And at that point, I might as well just make my own. Yeah, Marlon, I'm with you. You know, not a butcher, but a ranch that I can buy ground beef from at the farmer's market on Sundays. Well, hold on a second. Ass, gas, or ass, gas, or grass. Nobody rides for free except the Edgar Winter Group on 107.7 The Bone. Everybody else has to pay, and that's why this hour is sponsored by the San Francisco 49ers. Be there December 12th for Thursday Night Football at Levi's Stadium as the San Francisco 49ers take on the Los Angeles Rams. This battle of NFC West rivals is presented by Rakuten. Tickets are available at 49ers.com/tickets. Okay. Dan, what are you talking about? In-N-Out fries aren't frozen. You can literally watch them slice the potatoes right in front of your face. What do you mean the 49ers? Wait, Christopher, are you saying the 49ers will do well against Seattle? Because they did not. They did very poorly against Seattle. Didn't they? Am I misremembering something here? I remember being very adamant about how, like, I think that yeah, the 49ers lost to the Seahawks. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. They've already played the Seahawks twice this season. They're not going to play them again. You know, Stevie, that All Madden curse is looking like it might have something to it. Oh, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you coming through. Dan, you thought McDonald's fries were the worst? Yeah, right, Jesse? That's what I thought. Yeah, they did. Here's what I'm thinking. I think that the 49ers just need to keep Purdy healthy, and the rest of this season is going to be an exercise in how he learns to lead the team. And they just need to keep him healthy and build around him for next year, because this year I don't see us getting to the playoffs. And if we do get to the playoffs, we're damn sure not getting past round one. And at that point, then you start looking bigger picture, start making maybe some O-line changes. Yeah. I just looked it up, and that's what I thought I remembered. But I think the game the 49ers beat Seattle was preseason, wasn't it? Or was it regular season? Maybe it was the first regular season game. At any point, the 49ers used to be a better fourth quarter team, and we're not. And I think we're not great at scrambling anymore, which we were last year. Last year we scrambled pretty hard. And there hasn't been a big change. There hasn't been a big change in play calling. There hasn't been a big change in personnel. The only change I could think of is like injuries, but the injuries don't seem like they've been that significant. I mean, I guess we relied more on CMC than anybody could really remember. And him being out for so much of the season, just we can't stop the run. You think it's the defense? I mean, it didn't help that we missed kicks. Like, who the fuck misses kicks in the NFL? That's just like, kicks used to be a gimme, you know? But also, if we're not putting them close enough to make the kicks, I could see that being a thing. But then at that game, on the game where we missed all those kicks, Brock ended up throwing for like some outrageous number of yards. So I feel like Brock Purdy is our guy. I think that piece needs to stay on the board and stay healthy. And I think that the rest of this season, in my opinion, is just going to be about training Brock Purdy for next season. And whatever else happens is going to be what needs to happen between now and next season to make it a contendable team. Because right now we're just not a contendable team. That is my opinion. Yeah. Laces out, Dan. I hope everyone knows that that's a Ace Ventura reference, Jim. I feel like that's one that doesn't need the extra context. Although I do appreciate the extra context, because a lot of times I don't get it and then I'm confused. Call up Joe Montana and Jerry Rice for the win. Nah. Jerry Rice has been at a lot of these games, just living his best life. Every time I see Jerry Rice on the sidelines, I get all excited. I'm like, Jerry Rice is here, you guys. Oh my God. Same thing with Joe Montana. I hate when Tom Brady's on the sidelines. Fucker. That's how you know evil can win. Tom Brady is the GOAT. Really? Really? Yeah, there's no God. Dude, Jesse, let me tell you, what the fuck with Debo? You know what I'm saying? We have a podcast with Tabor Pepper, and he talks about that Debo thing. And he doesn't tell the whole story, but he tells a good chunk of that story on the morning show podcast at 1077thebone.com, and it's also on the Bone YouTube page. But yeah, and Ayuk, like after all they went through to sign Ayuk, and then he is very lackluster and then gets injured. Like, why did we go to all that trouble? Like, I feel like for that money, we could have done better, you know? But could we have, right? Like, what talent is out there? And if that talent, and here's the thing, like, we really need to like bring up talent. But if we can't, you know, if we can't buy it, we got to bring it up. And I feel like we're not buying it or bringing it up, because we were trying to bring it up with Brock Purdy, but then we had to put him out too soon and then put everything on his shoulders. But to his credit, he fucking killed it. I know, Dan. Well, he's barely from San Mateo. I feel like football season's already over, you know? But don't get me wrong, I'll still go to the games and still have fun and still hope that they win, because it's still fun. I just, you know, it's just no longer a hope that we will go to the playoffs. It's no longer a hope that we'll be back at the Super Bowl. In fact, it's actually a hope that we won't get that close, because I feel like this team would just be, I mean, you saw us against the Chiefs. Meh. One game out. Yeah, I think if we lose one more game, we're mathematically eliminated, right, Jesse? Is that how it's going? I think that's where it's at. And it was the same with the Giants this year, right? I mean, if you're a Bay Area sports fan, you know, the Giants just never got out the gate and had a lackluster season. And that's that. You know, if you've been a longtime Bay Area sports fan, then you're kind of used to this. We have a lot of lackluster years before we get a dynasty. And that's the funny thing, right? It was like, whenever I talk baseball with people from out of town, they're like, fucking Giants, you guys got, because people are still super pissed at the Giants for getting three rings in 6 years, right? But the funny thing about that is that the Giants, like Giants fans, we went our whole lives until that happened. You know, it was like almost a half century between fucking Giants pennants, you know, and then we had the one pennant and then the A's kicked our ass. So like we went our whole lives waiting for a fucking World Series ring, and then we finally got it, and then boom, we ended up in a freaking dynasty, which was gorgeous. But that dynasty's over. You know, we're in the rebuilding decade now, and that's when you weed the fans out. And this has always been my life in Bay Area sports too, right? I'm the person who goes to see the teams when they're losing. You know why? Because all the bandwagoners are gone and the tickets are free or cheap, one or the other. Because I work in the industry, right? I worked at Bass Tickets. And Bass Tickets used to have used to do the ticketing for all the Giants games. We didn't have the 49ers, but we had the Giants. And the Giants sucked. And so I would go and get free tickets to Giants games and go to Giants games all the time. And it was great. But then when the Giants started winning, I couldn't get tickets. And you know what was funny is I could not, even working here at the time of the whole Giants dynasty, I could not get one single fucking playoff ticket. I could not get one single World Series ticket. They were that in high demand. And it's like, but you know, for decades, I was getting like tickets all over Candlestick Park. And then Oracle opened and they were like, no more of that. Hi, Alan. All right. I have to get going. Anybody got any questions? Anybody want to hear any quick stories? Anything you want to talk about before I head out? If you missed it, there's a power issue at my house. My fridge died. My dishwasher died. I need new appliances. and I had to live like a pioneer woman today. So I am cranky. Hang on a second. Hi, it's the bone.
Hey there, Chester.
Nope. Shasta goes home at 2, except she's been on the morning show all week. So she's been, Tony's been filling in for her this week. So she's been going home around 10.
Oh, no, that's fine. I thought she's going back home for Thanksgiving. Are you guys still doing the liquor wall?
Well, that wouldn't be me. I do afternoons, so I have no idea what happens in the mornings. But what's that?
Is this Nikki?
Yeah.
Hey, Nikki.
Hi.
Talked to you in a long time. My name is Daniel.
I'm sorry, what?
My name is Daniel.
Hi, Daniel. What can I do for you?
Hey there. Well, I just wanted to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Daniel.
I don't need to do it on air. I just wanted to tell you guys, you've been so helpful for me to appreciate how much you make me laugh.
Oh, thank you. I hope we can all just keep putting smiles on everybody's faces.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, I heard about you doing the weight loss treatment that everybody should hear about.
Yeah, the Abundant Life Wellness Plan.
That's what I'm saying. It's like everybody should hear about that.
Everybody's what?
Well, I'm saying everybody should hear about what you've been doing.
Oh.
Like, what have you been?
Yeah, I think everybody has been. I've been talking about it nonstop for like 6 months now.
Well, yeah, but not everybody's thinking about it. But do you have a way to put me on air or not?
Do I have a way to put you on air? I do, but I'm not gonna.
Really? I'm not gonna. Oh my God, I'm glad.
Danny, you know who this is. What's that?
Well, yeah, that's fair. Okay, look, I kicked off #Me Too with Alyssa Milano in LA. Okay? So, like, I understand, like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
So, that's fine.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
We'll have a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, you have a happy Thanksgiving as well.
All right, Nikki. Nice to talk to you again.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, Danny, you know who that was. Actually, that was, we got out easy on that one. No impressions. Hey, Rodney. Thanks, Justine. Jesse, don't act like I wasn't sports savvy in high school. I just preferred drugs. Hugs to you and Mikey and the missuses. Have a great Thanksgiving. Are you guys going to see each other for Thanksgiving? Is Nick coming out? Hug everyone that's from Fairfield at Thanksgiving for me, would you? I haven't seen the Avlanitases for a minute. I miss all of you guys. Oh, Justine, I just saw your thing about accessible seating tickets through ACE tickets. Well, a lot of times it very much depends on the venue, how you can purchase accessible seating. And each venue has their own policy. Oh, Nick's in Vietnam now? Is Vietnam his new Philippines? Well, if you're not seeing any Greeks, still please hug all the Owenses from me. Have a good one. I'll see you guys on the Facebook. Actually, I haven't seen you on Facebook lately, now that I think about it. I'll keep an eye out. He called this morning too, Danny. Well, it's the holidays. Everybody's a little lonely. Oh, before I forget, Justine. So yeah, each venue has their own accessible seating policy. And because accessible seating can be complicated, a lot of the times the venues don't want a third party seller or a secondary seller to be in charge of it. They like it to be only available through the venue because they want to make sure it gets done right. So wherever you're going, if you need accessible seating, always start with the venue first. The venue might refer you to Ticketmaster or somebody and say, we need you to buy a general admission ticket and then call us to make arrangements. Or they might say, no, you can purchase those through us. Or again, it's like snowflakes. Every venue has their own policy. Hey, Rodney, did I say hi? I can't remember. All right, guys. I am not in Wednesday, Justine, but I will be in tomorrow. And it turns out I am not doing any recording for the rest of this week, or at least not a ton of it. So I might be able to pop on tomorrow as well if I can get everything done in time. Also, I have an interview with Zach Wild that I believe is dropping tomorrow. If everybody wants to check that out, keep an eye out for it. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube page, that's where you'll see it pop up, is on my YouTube page, or you'll see it pop up across the Bone socials, or on the Bones YouTube page. And yeah, Justine, don't always trust Ticketmaster to do that. Often there is a way to contact the venue directly or the venue box office directly, to make sure that you have your accessible seating sorted. You want to sort it as much ahead of time as you can. Have fun with your nachos, Dan. All right, guys, I am out. Yep, I'm definitely out. I got a break coming. I'll see you soon, hopefully tomorrow. And if I don't see you tomorrow, have a happy Thanksgiving.